When you're standing in the kitchen staring at a stack of frozen bags and wondering whether you've finally had enough of the melt-off mess, it's easy to feel stuck between "I need more ice" and "maybe I'm just overthinking this." I get it. The decision to bring an Undercounter ice maker into your home isn't just about the glossy spec sheet, it's about whether that machine will actually solve a daily hassle without turning your pantry into a humming refrigerator. In this review, I'm going to walk through the real-world considerations that matter: setup quirks, day-to-day use, hidden trade-offs, and where you really get your money's worth. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the category itself. Undercounter ice makers sit in a sweet spot between portable countertop units and the massive walk-in freezers you'd find in a restaurant. They're designed to slip behind a cabinet or into a bar niche, pulling water straight from your line and delivering a steady stream of cube-shaped ice that's ready for drinks, food prep, or even medical use. The biggest draw is consistency. You get fresh ice on demand rather than relying on store-bought bags that can get soft or develop off flavors. But the category also brings a few practical realities that often get glossed over in marketing copy. One of the first questions you'll face is space. The Ice-O-Matic ICEU150HA is a half-cube, air-cooled model that holds up to 185 pounds of ice. That sounds impressive, but it also means the unit sits about the size of a small dishwasher. You'll need roughly 24 inches of width, 34 inches of height, and a clear back wall for ventilation. Because it's air-cooled, the machine pulls heat from the condenser and releases it into the surrounding area, so you'll want at least a few inches of clearance on the sides and back to keep the kitchen from feeling like a sauna during a busy weekend. If you're cramped for room or your kitchen already runs hot from other appliances, that extra heat load can be a nuisance. Installation is another hidden step. This isn't a plug-and-play plug-in like a countertop ice cube tray. The ICEU150HA expects a permanent water line, a drain connection, and a level surface. Most owners hire a plumber for the first time, but the unit does come with clear instructions for a DIY-savvy homeowner. The water line is a standard inch copper or PX, and you'll need to make sure the shutoff valve is accessible for maintenance. Forgetting the drain hose or placing the unit on an uneven floor can lead to leaks or a noisy operation, so a bit of prep work saves headaches later. Now, who actually benefits from this kind of machine? If you run a home bar that regularly hosts 8 to 10 guests, entertain with cocktail parties, or you simply love having ice on hand for iced coffee, smoothies, and quick freezer-to-fridge meals, the ICEU150HA shines. The half-cube shape means each piece fits neatly into most glasses, and the steady production keeps you from running out halfway through a gathering. For small restaurants, food trucks, or catering businesses that need a reliable ice source without the space and expense of a walk-in, this model is a solid middle ground. The capacity of 185 pounds means you can run for several days before needing to empty the bin, which translates into fewer trips to the freezer and less time juggling bagged ice. On the flip side, if your ice usage is limited to a few drinks a day, or you're the type of person who never throws a party larger than a dinner for two, you'll likely find the unit oversized and pricey. A regular household can usually get away with a countertop ice maker that makes a handful of cubes per hour, or even a simple ice tray. The upfront cost of the ICEU150HA, combined with the need for a water line, can outweigh the convenience if you only need ice sporadically. Also, consider the ongoing electricity usage. An air-cooled system runs continuously to keep the ice at the right temperature, so while the power draw isn't massive, it isn't negligible either. Let's dive into the practical strengths that set this machine apart from the generic alternatives you'll find on the shelf. The first is the half-cube geometry. Most Undercounter models churn out full-size cubes that can be unwieldy in smaller glasses. The half-cube is a subtle but meaningful improvement for cocktail enthusiasts, as it slides easily into a rocks glass and melts at a more predictable rate, keeping your drink balanced. Second, the air-cooled system, while it does add a bit of heat to the kitchen, eliminates the need for a water-cooled condenser loop, which can be messy and prone to mineral buildup. In practice, that means fewer internal cleaning cycles and a lower chance of frost forming in the condenser, which is something you hear a lot about with water-cooled units. Speaking of cleaning, the ICEU